know when you're ready.
We're ready.
You're ready. All right. Good day, world, and welcome to another installment of Striving Young Professionals. My name is Henri Lassane, and I am, of course, a Striving Young Professional. I am very excited today because we have our special guest, as I stated with you guys earlier. Very, 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 very outstanding young lady. She's doing some great things, and I'm sure that she's going to have some nuggets that are going to inspire you, motivate you, and help fuel that passion that you have. So, her name is Crystal Damon. We have her on board. Thank you so much, Crystal, for joining us today. I'm so excited to have her, guys. And just before we kind of get into the interview, of course, as you know, always, I have my quotes. So today's quote is, "Success lies not in doing what others consider to be great, but what you think is to be right." So I think that is a very appropriate quote for a very appropriate time of this interview with Crystal, because she has a lot to say, and it kind of lines itself within that. So without further ado, my housekeeping quick shout outs to everybody. I want to give my shout outs to Jamil Brown, thanks so much. I want to give my shout outs to Ishmary. Thank you, Ishmary. Just to let you know, I'm doing this off the top of my head, so if I forget anybody, I will do it tomorrow again. I also want to thank one of our friends that we are connected with, Trina Landy. Thank you so much for joining us on Striving Young Professionals. Also Ronette, thank you so much. Lindsay, thank you. Glory, thank you for giving me so much support. My frat brother in my pro fight, Jameson, thank you so much, man. I love you, bro. Thank you. And also Woodstock. So thank you so much. You all can catch me on strivingyoungprofessionals.com. You can follow me on SY Professionals. You can also go to my fan page and like it, Striving Young Professionals. So make sure you go do that, and we'll get into the interview. So,
very nicely done.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have to keep it going, keep it going. You know it's hard.
True.
So, Crystal, like I said, Crystal Damon, we have her with us. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you come from, your background, things like that.
I come from a really small town in Texas, so I was what you would consider sheltered. It took me going to college to see the real world and struggle the real bills and get to know what it's like to live on your own. And I moved into a bigger town to go to college, and then I realized that college wasn't really for me, so I got 3/4 of the way to getting a degree in acting, and I was like, this is not it. So I started doing some promo work on my own, so I didn't have to work for anybody else, and I got a little taste of freedom, and I was like, well, how am I going to further this for the rest of my life without having a boss? So I did a lot of little things here and there, and my level just kept rising of the more money that I needed to satisfy myself personally, so I just kept escalating to different opportunities.
Okay, great, thank you. So I heard you saying that you kind of going through college, going through school, and then you realized that, you know, you basically, this wasn't working for you. So if you could, like, what are some of those triggers for you that just said, this is just not working? Like, what happened there?
Being told what to do.
Yeah.
I don't like being told I can't go to the beach with my friends because they happen to have the weekend off from work and I don't. I was like, this isn't for me. I want to go with my friends. So I always chose that. Or if I got in a fight with my boss, I was luckily able to call my dad and be like, Dad, I'm standing up for myself today. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to scream at my boss and I'm walking off the lot. He's like, I got your back. You'll be fine. And I had a little savings too. So I always had that freedom to be able to leave jobs when I was up to the boiling point of whoever I was working for. So that kind of gave me the confidence for the rest of my life to realize that I didn't have to take orders or listen to people.
Well, that's great.
What to do.
and that's great because it's a great dynamic, a difference in dynamic, because our last interview, we had a guy, he works a full-time job, and he's also pursuing his passions at the same time, and it was more or less, he knew that he had something in him that he wanted to reach out to the world, and he wanted to give a message, and, you know, those are the things that fueled him. And, you know, we have another dynamic where we have an individual who wants to be in more control of their time, and they want to be able to live the life that they feel that is appropriate for them, so they took the appropriate measures to do that, and I think that is very encouraging. So tell us, Crystal, like, what are some of the stuff that you're doing now? Like, what are you involved in now?
A couple of years ago, I started a company called Rock Chicks Auto Glass, and I started in Las Vegas because I moved to Vegas, and I was doing a couple of promo works here and there, but that wasn't enough to fulfill me. So I started a company where I had my girlfriends working for me because they were needing extra money and they had part-time jobs and they were going to college, and I was like, well, I need some help, I need some girls, and what I do is I repair windshields, and that escalated to a nationwide company who asked me to repair them all over the country. So I started going to different states and hiring local girls at every location that they were. So a year and a half ago, I'm sitting there like so impatient, saying I have no patience for a business. I want money now. I need everything now. And then I just look back and I realized that every day for the last year and a half, I've been grilling and dreaming and eating and sleeping this business. And whether I like it or not, even though I didn't think that I could do something like that, it just happened naturally, apparently, because it was a passion of mine to just do my own thing and put all of my effort and every single day into it. So it escalated from there, and now I have a couple nationwide accounts that ask me to do that for them, and the girls love it, and yeah.
Wow. Well, ladies, I hope you are paying attention, because this is awesome. You know, I mean, it's already difficult as is for any person to go out and just step out on faith and just say, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and start and make something happen for myself. And I would imagine that it's probably even that much more difficult being a young single lady to go out in the business world and just go out and get things started. So I mean, with that, like, what are some of the setbacks or challenges or difficulties that you might have been faced with that would encourage these other young ladies out here that wants to do it?
Well, definitely I hit rock bottom, and I was at the bottom of the barrel scratching, and I highly believe in one of my favorite quotes that I made up is like, when you are scratching at the bottom of the barrel, it's the choices you make at that time that either make you successful or dependent on someone for the rest of your life. And so at the time I was, once I started getting the business together, and a couple setbacks I've had were people thinking that it's skeptical and thinking that there's no way a girl would start a business and have girls working all over the country for her. And I've actually had a couple of emails from people who wanted to hate upon me and think that I'm running a scam, and very skeptical with having their daughters working for me. And you know, I just feel like they don't feel like calling me personally and being like, is this safe? What is this? What do you have going? Instead, they just automatically think it's a scam, and no one is crazy enough to start a business all over the country with girls fixing windshields. It just sounds like a scam, you know?
Right.
Like, no, it's not. Let me explain myself. But yeah, so that's been an obstacle, and a lot of my accounts are very conservative, and they're kind of scared. I think that's why this doesn't really go on everywhere in the country. It's not a common business because of people getting fired, like on lots, with sexual harassment issues. So I make sure that all of my girls are very conservative when they're on the lots, and they don't tolerate anything, but they dress down for themselves for being a female in a male-dominated industry. So I'm really careful to keep the girls on track with that.
Man, that's some serious stuff. Sounds like it. But you know, the great thing is, and I hope you guys get the message out of this, is that, you know, she continued on. You know, Crystal could have said, oh my God, this is too much, and it's too much pressure, too much heat, and you know, I'm just feeling overwhelmed, and she could have given up, but she chose not to. And that's why I like today's quote, you know, because you made decisions not based upon what other people thought were great or what other people thought were trendy or cool. You know, you made the decision based upon what you thought was right, what you thought was correct in you, and what you want for yourself, and helping other people, and helping your friends and other young ladies. And that's awesome. You know, just real quick, I think about Steve Jobs. You know, when Steve Jobs, everyone thinks Apple is great, but when Steve Jobs started Apple, no one thought that. But he knew within himself that it was the right thing, and now it's great. So I definitely believe that that's the same kind of path that's happening for Crystal. And I pray that that really encourages everyone else, because she's doing what she believes in herself that is right. And as a result, you know, you're going to hear great things about Rock Chicks, and they're going to be all over the place, just booming. So I mean, I think that's awesome. So do you have anything, maybe just something that maybe you would want to personally share based on all this information with other young women and older women? I usually want to, I try not to be gender biased, but I just think it's great that we have a female here that's just such a go-getter, that this would just be a good opportunity to encourage other women who have this same kind of attitude and maybe not know what direction to go in or what path to take. So,
well, for sure there's been lots of lonely nights. I'm not gonna lie, personal life goes out the window when you put a drive and all your passion and all your thought into something. You know that is the only thing that will fulfill you at the time. You kind of just have to block out, you know, tunnel vision the rest of personal life and everybody's going out and partying and drinking, and you're not. You're at home working till 2, 3 in the morning. And I just have to say, just keep pushing through, because it definitely will pay off. Like I told you, I'm not very patient, but a year and a half later, I'm starting to see some payoff, and I'm like really excited about that. And what else?
Anything else? Maybe what about like the time that's put into it? Like what are your schedule, your hours like? How do they have to kind of deal with those kinds of things? Or
Well, the positions that I offer for the girls around the country are great for an entrepreneur as well, because they have plenty of time during the week to either go to college or pursue their own dream, working for me and making good money part-time, as if it's almost like promo work, you know, because you show up on the lot a couple hours, you do your thing, you leave, and your job is done.
all right, that's awesome. Well, it's before we kind of get into closing, anything as far as how people can find out about you, learn more about Crystal, where can they find you?
RockChicksAutoglass.com, and check out the website, check out the frequently asked questions about me, about the founder, and also we're just starting to break into franchising. So if you want your own business and you're an empowering woman, here's your big opportunity.
Great. Well, I want to thank you so much again, Crystal, for joining us today. I want to thank you, World, for being a part of this. Be on the lookout. There'll be loads and loads of other interviews of wonderful people that I have lined up for you guys. So I'm doing this for you guys. We're doing this for you. We're believing in you all. So please stay with us. As always, you can find me on www.strivingyoungprofessionals.com. You can also find me on Twitter. If you follow me, I'll follow you guys back, SY Professionals. Also, you can subscribe to me on YouTube. That's SY Professionals as well. And you can find me on my fan page. Make sure you go by and like it. I need you guys. I want to get to 100 likes. So please spread the word, guys. I need it this week. I want 100 likes this week. So make sure you stop by my fan page and like it. So I thank you so much, family. Talk to you guys later. As I stated, if I forgot anyone in the shout outs, I will make sure I get you on the next video. We decided to kind of do things differently and be outside, so I didn't have my people in front of me. So if Crystal, do you have anything else you want to share before I close real quickly?
Just wanted to thank Ronette, because she has brought me to Florida and given me the opportunity and opened her doors to me to get everything started in this side of the country, and it's been a blessing. Thank you so much.
All right. So until next time, world, I will see you guys at the top of your passions. Thank you.